It is time to talk about social media for graphic designers. I will give you 7 tips of how to make it into a powerful tool rather than a burden. And while there are always the exceptions of people whose Instagram or Facebook accounts take off amazingly well, this video is for those who are really struggling to fight the algorithms and obsessing over the number of followers and likes. Hi, my name is Lauren with For the Creatives, where we help graphic designers with tips, tools, and tutorials to grow your business. Tip number 1, don't constantly compare your number of followers and likes to those of larger accounts. Getting obsessed over other people's approval is not the way to success. Instead of putting in so much time on how many followers you have, the only real metrics you should be paying attention to is how many new clients you are getting as a result of your activity on the platform. I wish I could have told my younger self to not get so into the numbers and likes at the beginning, as when I started putting my attention on an actual strategy rather than the Instagram or Facebook followers, my whole business changed dramatically. When you are starting out as a graphic designer, it can be very intimidating to look at those huge social media accounts with massive followings and then start comparing yourself to them. You should be using social media to help grow your business, not as a competition, which is what it can fall into being a lot of the time. You don't know when those bigger accounts started, if their followings came over from another platform, or if they have even bought their followers. If you have established your brand identity, then use this and interweave it through your work. Show your work process, and don't obsess over how many people liked it or didn't like your posts. There are many factors involved in who sees your posts, such as the time of day, the algorithm, etc. And because you are creative, you can get into designing the overall look of your feed and have a recurring theme or style or shapes that represent your brand and show it as almost a portfolio instead of just trying to compete for numbers. You can look for inspiration at some awesome accounts, but don't get into feeling like you can never get there. Only look at those accounts to be inspired and see what level you can achieve. Tip number 2, find which platform works best for your niche. I always come across the social media marketing gurus leaning towards one platform and saying how this will make you rich. Some say Facebook is the best one, others say Pinterest. Oh wait, no, it's Instagram or YouTube, Twitter, or now everyone has to be on TikTok. Now, while I'm not an expert on all of these platforms, I do believe each one can give you clients if you use them correctly. You should use one platform to start with and really hone in on that. Don't try to stretch yourself too thin. And remember, what works for one graphic designer may not be what will work for you. For the first year, you should just choose one platform that fits in with your ideal client. Is your ideal client mainly on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest? A good way to find this out is to search for the top businesses in your target audience on each of these platforms. For example, if you had a graphic design business for real estate agents, you could search for some of the largest real estate training companies and see where they had the largest following and engagement from their community of real estate agents. Then you will know that those agents are primarily on that platform. Tip number 3, network with gurus in your target niche. You should be noting what hashtags big leaders or gurus in your target industry are using in their posts, so you can also use these to start getting noticed amongst this community. I started doing this for my design business, and we were then followed by one of the biggest gurus in our target audience industry. You can also reach out to some of the leaders in that industry that you're targeting and build connections through direct messaging them, and in turn ask to do a collaboration or an interview where you can then gain exposure to their followers. When you use social media as a business tool, it can be very powerful. Tip number 4, don't use social media as the end-all solution. Social media can absolutely be used within your marketing strategy, but it is just one channel to reach your target audience. A few videos ago, I mentioned that after figuring out your target audience, you need to create an unbelievable offer that will give your potential clients value, such as a free guide on how to help them with some problem they face in their business. You can offer this free guide on your social media platforms and thus obtain those potential client's email address to then nurture trust and turn them into eventual clients. In that way, you're using the networking capabilities of social media to build your own email list. As another example, I use Facebook for my design business when I meet someone in a Facebook group from my target audience. It sometimes is easier to direct this potential client to my own Facebook business page rather than directing them off the platform to my website. And I've obtained some great clients over the years this way. And then another example is I use Pinterest to post blog articles and design samples that link back to my website where they can sign up for this free downloadable guide, and then I obtain their email. Tip number 5, only follow those who inspire or add value to your business. Something that will make or break your interest in continuing is who you follow on your social media accounts. Don't follow the influencers who talk down to their audience and make you feel unhappy or uninspired. And don't follow other designers just to copy them exactly or that make you feel bad about yourself. You want to look for those accounts that educate you, give you inspiration, and tips and tools that will then allow you in turn to help your audience. For example, in the real estate space, you can find other social media accounts that provide updates to how to sell houses better, and then show how these tips that you learned can be applied through your graphic design services to your target audience, for this example of real estate agents, which will then enhance their own sales of houses and will give you future clients. Tip number 6, don't sell, but instead provide value. It's vital that before you post something, you ask yourself, is this going to help someone? And not just post a picture because you don't have anything better than to show something random. People who make others feel better about themselves are the ones that make it further and are happier in life. You must be interested in your followers, their problems, what situations they are running into, instead of just trying to get a million likes and be interesting. As a graphic designer, putting your work up is absolutely awesome, as you're in a way showing your portfolio and allowing others to find you who may need a graphic designer. But if you want to take it one step further, then use this platform to truly help. Now, this goes back to finding your niche and finding what value you offer to others. Tip number 7, run paid ads on the platform. Your time is money, and you should not put so much time into every single social media platform just to have a high amount of followers for vanity metrics. These numbers do not mean it will translate into money back. Rather, put just a little bit of money into paid ads that promote your free, valuable content, and you can then be sure you will be getting people onto your list who will be much more likely to turn into paying clients down the road. If you feel that you're just not good enough, or that everyone else seems to have so many more followers than you, and you will never get there, you have to remember that no one was perfect when they first started, and that as long as you have your marketing strategy figured out and are forwarding your unique style and message, you are getting there. Focus on building your business, community, and become a person of value. This will in turn give you followers. I have met several creators who the only thing they tried to do was sell, and sell more on these platforms, and they were not very successful in life, even after having thousands or millions of followers. And then on the other side, I know others who have under 1,000 followers and also have a great marketing strategy in place off of the social media platform, and they use their social media as a way to feed their marketing funnel. And they're making a great living off of it because they're adding value. It is not about how many followers, but about the quality of your followers and your marketing strategy. People are in these platforms to get inspired, be educated, and to share their ideas, whether that might be in fashion, sports, technology, etc., not to be sold something. Please comment below and link to your own social media, and I would love to have a look and help you out with any tips. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for future tips, tools, and tutorials every Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, and I will see you next time.